Welcome back to the Cossy channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. We have a new update on the striker situation from Sky Sports News and the BBC. And this time, both of them are pointing towards Viktor Gyokeres, not Benjamin Sesko. According to Sky, Arsenal have the full verbal agreement of Viktor Gyokeres to join them this summer, and that is not changing. And according to the BBC, Sami Makpo is saying that Arsenal are looking at the deals, the two deals, the Benjamin Sesko deal and the Viktor Gyokeres deal in terms of the transfer fee. And the Gyokeres deal is going to be cheaper in terms of the transfer fee, and therefore Arsenal are leaning towards that. Now, we're going to be discussing all those. We'll be discussing the possibilities of Viktor Gyokeres not signing for Arsenal. There's a lot of competition that has just entered the race. Manchester United, Napoli, and Juventus as well. But it's a little bit confusing. But I'm going to ask you, bear with us, bear with me. Within the next few days, we shall know with concrete evidence what is going to happen. At the moment, it's still a lot of rumbling from the BBC, from Sky, from The Athletic. And the one thing I want to say is that these stories are coming in from very credible sources. So let's start off with the one from Sky Sports, right? The one from Sky Sports is saying that Arsenal, Viktor Gyokeres has given his full verbal agreement to join Arsenal as per Sky Sports and Sacha Tavoleri. Now, Sacha Tavoleri is one of the very credible journalists. He's not reporting for Sky. He's an independent journalist reporting on transfers. And then Sky Sports is saying that there is a full verbal agreement for Arsenal to sign Viktor Gyokeres this summer, and this is already in place. Now, this has been backed up by a new update from the BBC as reported by Sami Makpo. And this is what Sami Makpo is saying. He's saying that about Arsenal, who will they sign? Benjamin Sesko or Viktor Gyokeres? This is the update. My information, right here you can see, it says, my information is that Arsenal are working to confirm the frameworks of both deals before a final decision is made on which one to go ahead with. Benjamin Sesko has full support from the club, but more importantly, he will be more expensive, right? Gyokeres, on the other hand, has chances of moving to Arsenal have increased since the appointment of Andre Bata as sporting director. The price is the defining factor here. This is according to Sami Makpo, right? From the BBC. And he's been a very credible journalist. He's been a very credible outlet when it comes to Arsenal sources, Arsenal transfers, and news as well. And then he says Benjamin Sesko has several advantages in terms of his status. He's a younger player than Gyokeres and plays in a stronger league, the German Bundesliga, according to the transfer data. But some publicly reported figures suggest that he could cost as much as 93. Now, of course, we know he's not going to cost 93. He's going to cost 80 million euros and a few add-ons. Gyokeres, this again, the update ends by saying that Gyokeres is considered as an economical fit, but he may force the club to change its long-term strategy given the club's desire to sign Benjamin Sesko. That is where we are at the moment. Very important in this update is this line from Sami Makpo. He says Benjamin Sesko has nearly universal backing at the Emirates, but he will be the more expensive deal. Gyokeres is more economical, but would see the club divert from their longer-term strategy, given they have always wanted to sign Benjamin Sesko. Both deals are being explored. Guys, it's becoming complicated. It's really becoming complicated because it's becoming harder and harder for us to keep up with whatever is going on, and it's becoming really complicated. But let's start off with the verbal agreement. Now, I think there is a bit of consistency between the two reports, the Sky Sports report and the BBC report, because the Sky Sports report is saying Arsenal have a verbal permission from Viktor Gyokeres. There is a verbal agreement to join, and that's according to Sky Sports. The player's given us his verbal agreement to join us this summer. And I think what is happening here is Arsenal are scared of making a big mistake this summer, and it's kind of taking a lot of time for us to really make a decision. And I want to say here, whatever decision Arsenal make, they're gonna have to bite the bullet on the other end. That's the truth. If you decide to sign Benjamin Sesko this summer, you give up you give up the opportunity of signing one of the world-class best forwards in Viktor Gyokeres. His numbers are crazy. Now, listen, a lot of analysts out there will tell you, oh, Benjamin Sesko Viktor Gyokeres doesn't have the ability to adapt to the Premier League. Viktor Gyokeres doesn't run like Sesko, this and that. He doesn't have the hang time in the air a player like Sesko would have. Sesko would give you a lot of opportunities in terms of crosses that are brought in by Saka. Yes, I understand. But look at his numbers. If Arsenal signs Sesko, we give up the chance, we ultimately give up the opportunity of signing a guy that has scored 100 goals in 100 games. Think about this. If it was Liverpool and they were signing Viktor Gyokeres, would we really think about hang time and think about all these other things? You know what we would say? Jesus Christ. Liverpool have just added a guy that has scored 100 goals in 100 games. That is what Viktor Gyokeres is. Now, yes, we can talk about other things, but that is what really defines Viktor Gyokeres. Goals, maturity, and he is ready to take you to the next level. If Arsenal decide to sign Viktor Gyokeres, then you give up the opportunity of signing one of the would-be best forwards in the world in the next years to come, a 21-year-old market opportunity in Benjamin Sesko. And if Sesko goes to another club and he becomes a new Alexander Isak, Arsenal will be criticized for that. So there is a lot happening, but I think Arsenal are still in there and they're still trying to make the right decision as it comes to the striker situation. Now, Sami Makpo puts something very clearly there. He says there is universal backing for Benjamin Sesko at Arsenal. And this means that there is a lot of force for the Gyokeres deal. Because if there is almost universal backing for the Benjamin Sesko deal, then it would have happened by now. I mean, this is a player Arsenal revisited in January, and this is a deal Arsenal visited in May 2024. On 2 occasions, Arsenal have been told, wait. So if we are obsessed with Sesko like this, if we like him like this, right? Why aren't we getting it done like the Martin Zubimendi deal? Well, the reason is buried right there in this article, and it's written by the BBC, and they're saying at the moment Benjamin Sesko has more advantages, right? He's got several advantages in terms of his status, but his deal is going to be more expensive right there. Benjamin Sesko has almost full support at the club, but more importantly, he will be the most expensive if Arsenal want to sign him. And I believe that Sami Makpo is working with the BBC, working from the Daily Mail, moving to the BBC. He's established himself as a credible journalist, and I really love him, and I really believe in him as a very, very credible journalist. It means that it is true that Benjamin Sesko is going to be very expensive. It means that Arsenal are trying to look at this into perspectives. Do we go with the more expensive deal in Benjamin Sesko, or do we go with a cheaper deal in Viktor Gyokeres? In my opinion, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Get Viktor Gyokeres 3 years or 4 years, win the Champions League, win the Premier League, and nobody is going to be mourning about spending 60 million or 70 million on a player that is ready to rock right about now. However, this deal has dragged on for quite some time, and Arsenal now have company. If you look at the thumbnail that I've made, there is there are a couple of badges, right? So this is according to the Mirror, and they're saying Napoli are ready to battle to battle it out with Arsenal to sign Sporting Lisbon 67 million rated striker Viktor Gyokeres. There are more reports from Italy that are saying that because Dusan Vlahovic is going to be leaving Juve are also considering signing Viktor Gyokeres. Napoli are considering him. Conte wants him. Manchester United under Ruben Amorim, they've worked with him. They like him. And Chelsea have him in their sights as well. Of course, Chelsea and Liverpool are more on the Hugo Ekitike deal, but both of them cannot sign Hugo Ekitike. So whoever doesn't get Hugo Ekitike, if Viktor Gyokeres is still available, will actually go for the Viktor Gyokeres deal. Now, listen, I don't know whether Arsenal should be threatened by Napoli and Juventus. I think Viktor Gyokeres moves to Juventus or moves to Napoli if only a deal to the Premier League doesn't happen. If he's told that Arsenal are not going to sign him, if he's told that Manchester United are not going to sign him and Chelsea are not going to sign him, and so are Liverpool and Tottenham, I can see him go to Juve, I can see him go to Napoli. But at the moment, I think Arsenal and Manchester United and Chelsea have the upper hand. Obviously, with Napoli, what you have is a team that has just won the Scudetto. They want to reinforce their team. They'll have some cash, right? So I can see him go to Napoli. Yes. I can see him more actually as a Juventus player. But that doesn't really scare me at all. I think Arsenal can get the deal done. Honestly, if we wanted to, we would. So, Manchester United, maybe the Ruben Amorim thing could scare me a bit. But again, I am not that worried. Again, about Manchester United too. I'm not very, very worried. But there is a lot happening. And I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you updated. See you soon.